What's up, Houdat Nation? Welcome into Saints Now from Chat Sports. I'm your host, Matthew Peterson. New Orleans, 18-10 over the Panthers. Listen, playoffs or no playoffs, if you beat a divisional rival at home, it's going to feel good regardless of your record. And it's not like the Saints are one of the worst teams in the NFL by no stretch. But to beat up on the Panthers, well, beat up-ish, it's going to be a good feeling, and everyone's going to have fun on Bourbon Street. So, with the final from Week 17, was it pretty? No. Was it how you drew it up? No, but did you cover and did you win? Yes and yes. So for Saints fans, you couldn't have asked for too much more in the realm of possibilities here. Sam Darnold in his return after Cam Newton got benched, it's not looking good for Sam Darnold. But if you're a Saints fan, honestly, maybe you should root. Maybe you shouldn't be like too beat up on Sam Darnold too much. That way he sticks around in Carolina a little longer, and that way you get to play him twice a year because that's probably what you're shooting for. You don't want the Panthers to get any crazy ideas about getting a better quarterback. That's a bad plan. Don't let that happen. So for the Saints, maybe you should take it a little light. But let's start the recap going to the MVP of the game, potentially? How about AK, Alvin Kamara? 13 carries, 32 yards, but he rushes one in for a score and runs one in for a score. And for Kamara, was it the best day on the ground for him? No, not for his standards. But at the end of the day, when you needed a big play from someone in the fourth quarter and in the second half, who else were you going to get one than 41? So Kamara, he stepped up and he delivered when they really needed someone to bust out a huge play. Taysom Hill, meanwhile, for Taysom Hill standards, and this is a very difficult player to evaluate. You talk about two different ends of the spectrum. I'm kind of in the middle on Taysom Hill, but at the end of the day for Hill, he didn't cost you the game, and he didn't necessarily put you in a position to win, but he did get the ball to the right person when it mattered the most, and that was Kamara. And so if you know that, hey, when things aren't going your way and you get the ball to 41, you'll have a long career most likely in New Orleans. Look at the rest of the Saints offense here. They struggled to get going. Slow start in the first half. Didn't really get much of a rhythm. Couldn't get the wheels churning. But then they picked up some momentum, and then they played complementary football. Protected the football. Moved the ball-ish on third and fourth down. 5 for 13. I've seen worse in the NFL. Passed the ball a good chunk around. But altogether, here's what I want to know from you guys. If you're new to Chat Sports and if you're new to Saints Now, we're all about interaction. Not just me up here. You guys are just as important. In fact, this show wouldn't be possible without you guys. So let me know, who was the Saints MVP? This is the pinned comment on the video. So let's say a YouTube ad break hits you in like 5 seconds. Scroll on down, reply to it, come back up when that ad is over. My MVP is Kamara, okay? He scored the game-winning touchdown, and when it's an 18-10 final, that's all you need. You don't need much more rhyme or reason to find an MVP. In a low-scoring affair, it's usually the player that makes the game-changing play, and today, that was number 41. But he was not the only MVP. How about this week's MVPs here at Saints Now? I just want to take a minute to shout out some recent subscribers, and if you want to get a shout-out on the show, hit that big red button because I can't do it unless you are subscribed. So, Teresa Merritt, Billy McPherson, Lilletti McGee, Kaylee, 1883, you're really old, Abel, and Jake Jagoya, 29. Shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate you joining the channel. And if you want to get on this video, subscribe, or if you're already subscribed, comment below, and we'll try to get you on a future Saints Now. Now, let's talk about the defense. This defense stepped up big time. This defense maybe played too well because I'm worried they play so well that the Panthers will be like, this Sam Darnold experiment is a one-year thing. Now, let's bring Darnold back. That was fun. Let's let him play longer. Not like the first time he played the Saints, but like this time he played the Saints. Because the Saints defense is so sneaky good. I get it that this Saints team has just fallen off a cliff once Winston got hurt, but they are still one of the best defenses out there. Cam Jordan and Gardner Johnson, those two guys quietly are some of the best in the NFL at what they do. Not only that, but Kwon Alexander, okay? Monster day for him, had half a sack, was flying all over the field, chasing down Darnold, 2 QB hits. Also, Darnold, I didn't go into the show with the idea of just bashing on Sam Darnold, but it looks like he's got cement shoes sometimes. So, I don't know what he's doing, but Sam Darnold, Kwon Alexander, great day for him at the office, and honestly, a great day for a handful of people, and that's why what I want to know from you guys is, how do you grade today? Because 18-10, you're covered. but you didn't do too well, right? So where do you grade it? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. I would give this a B+. I think an A would mean that you won by 2 scores. Actually, I'd give it an A if Brett Maher hits that damn PAT, but he didn't, so you're stuck at a B+. Let's switch gears here. Let's get into some overreactions from Saints and Panthers here. I got a couple overreactions. Maybe I'm out of bounds on some. Maybe I'm reeled in on a couple other ones. First overreaction. First touchdown in 2.5 games. You got to go back to the Jets game. We all remember that, right? That was fun, and that was a long time ago. You only put up, now you won, but still, 9 points against the Saints, against the Bucks on Sunday Night Football. 3-point stinker last week against the Dolphins on Monday night. You were shut out, at least from the end zone perspective, in the first half of this game, but finally, Kamara, and that's why he's the MVP, ends that drought. 2.5 games. That's overreaction number 1. Overreaction number 2. This defense is legit. This defense has a lot of good pieces that a better quarterback maybe has this team going much further than they are. In fact, this defense is so legit, I would say, that going into the offseason, let's be frank here, the Saints team is not making a huge playoff run to this Lombardi trophy. They're not making a dance, and they're not making much more noise in the playoffs here. But this Saints team in the offseason, when they start addressing their biggest issues, the defense will slide down the scale. And this defense has kind of had some ups and downs, but still shut out the Bucks, shut out Tom Brady and the Bucks on the road, missing a lot of key pieces. This defense is a lot of fun to watch, and it's a lot because of Cam Jordan, Gardner Johnson, and then you look at Kwon Alexander, a lot of big pieces all across the board for New Orleans. But guys, make sure you are subscribed if you want the best Saints coverage, because here's the situation. We're giving you content all year long, meaning when the season ends after next Sunday, we don't just go Audi 500 and we'll see you in August. No, we'll give you off-season coverage. So if you want mock drafts, if you want draft targets, free agent targets, news, rumors, hit that big red button and subscribe. Why should you subscribe? Because it's an interactive YouTube channel. Like I mentioned, when you guys subscribe, we talk to you down in the comments. We're not just too good to be true. No, I love to get involved in the comments, see what you guys are saying, and it's 100% free. You never have to pay a dime. And the best part is, if you love a video, watch it. If you don't get if you don't get attracted by the headline, no big deal. We won't cry too much. Just scroll on by, and we'll catch you another time. Overreaction number 3. Very close to a playoff run, okay? I've kind of gone back and forth on this Saints team being a legit playoff threat. Here's what I'll say, and this is why it's a big overreaction. You beat Sam Darnold and the Panthers at home by 8. I don't know if they're really that close to a playoff run, but if I can throw it in the video after a win, you're damn right I will do that. Overreaction number 4 now. Terron Amrstead, he has just been too MIA, and it's upsetting because when he's on the field, he's so impactful. He is game-altering because your offensive approach changes with Armstead. The playbook opens up because when Armstead's out there, you can do a lot more in the run game. You got more confidence in your pass game. What does that mean? That means that Sean Payton can dial up routes that require more time in the pocket. You don't get that when Armstead's not on the field, so you really miss this guy. Overreaction number 5, you have to prioritize wide receivers. Marquez, Callaway, shout out to Tennessee, my alma mater, but a little too late here. Been a little absent for one too many games this season. I'm sorry, Marquez, but I think you would say the same thing too. And that's why no Michael Thomas, of course, and no idea what his future is anyway. And I wonder if in the offseason, going into the draft, the Saints' number 1 goal will be, we got to go out and get a big-name wide receiver. Whether that's drafting someone in the first round, like Jamison Williams, bring him over from Tuscaloosa, not a far drive, or going up to Ohio State, because those guys are producing wide receivers. We'll wrap up the show by telling you, if you have not subscribed, please do so. But more importantly, if you have subscribed, we appreciate you being a part of the channel. We're a Who Dat Nation. We're a Who Dat family. So make sure you hit that big red button, subscribe, and we'll see you later here on Saints Now.